Howdy folks, welcome to yet another episode of UMT TV, that's University Mall Theaters Television. And now, please enjoy episode number 10, Sleepy Thespian! I wanted to start this week's episode off by apologizing for not having an episode last week. And that's because late last week, while I was taking apart the butter machine, I suddenly got a horrible pain in my stomach, which turned out to be a kidney stone, leaving me unable to complete a lot of the tasks I'd been working on.
So a lot of folks wonder what kind of an accent I have and why does it seem to change a lot. That's because I grew up overseas. When I was a little kid, I lived in Germany. In middle school, I lived in England. In high school, I lived in Italy. And since acting was always one of my passions, I learned to act like the people around me. And a lot of that was just so I would fit in. When I was a little kid, a German accent. Und I would say things that were so a German would say them. Und ich kann sprechen Deutsch. Warum ich has gesagt das? Ich willst verstehen das. But then when I lived in England, I learned to speak English like this. In fact, my own cousins said I spoke as if I was from London, which I was. Although I also went to an inner city school there, so I learned to speak like this because it was rather important for my survival. I spoke like this. Then when I was in high school, I lived in Italy, which is the most wonderful country in the whole world. I love Italy. Posso parlare italiano assolutamente perfetto. Anywho, that's just a little reason why my voice may seem to change and fluctuate from time to time.
So, since I've been pretty much desk-bound for the last week, I've been trying to make some awesome stuff for when you guys come back and watch movies again. I started off with this yellow background, and I added in these strange series of colored teardrop shapes. Then I took them back away so that I could start doing this. Came down here to the bottom, and I added in this large flower shape. Then I added in another flower shape. Then I added in what I call the peanut butter cup shape. Then I added in this crazy looking flower shape. I decided that needs some decoration, so I added some circles to it. Then I added a big circle in the middle of that. Well, another Reese's peanut butter cup shape. Then I added some circles to that, and another layer of circles to that. Then I added, to make it up a little different, a square. Now I thought that needed some decoration too, so I added in some little squares. Then I added in some more little squares, which made me think I needed one more of these shapes right there. And I added in this strange looking shape that added a little dimension to it. So I added in some more shapes to give it more contour and detail. Then I added in this circle. And then a star shape. This is the only shape in the whole thing that is not symmetrical. Then I added in this shape I call the Moroccan shape. Then I added in some dots. Then I put some little shapes inside of those dots. Once I was done with that, I added this shape here, and then this one here, and then I added this, and this, then this shape here, and this one, and one circle inside there, and boom! Once I had all those together, I reintroduced those arms, which makes the whole picture get crazy like that, overstimulating the brain, even though you're only going to see it for a few seconds. Anyhow, so once I took this shape like this, I cropped it down to the size and shape it's actually supposed to be. Once you have it in that, you have it in the right general kind of a rectangle for a movie theater screen. So, let me take you over to the other computer where Mark bought us Final Cut Pro. Howdy folks! So here's that image we've been working on. The reason it needs to be overstimulating is because it's going to be the backdrop for our policy. You know that thing you see every week before you watch a movie that says, "Don't put your feet up on the chair in front of you"? Well, that's this thing. The image needs to be really, really complex like that because even though you're only going to see it for a few seconds, you're going to see it every week over and over, so you want to have something you can enjoy time and time again. Once it was in Final Cut Pro here, I used the magic of Final Cut Pro, and I won't bore you with the details, but it's pretty amazing what this program can do. Anywho, I put it in here, and I said, hey, let's give people the information they need to get every week, and it looks like this. But it's really not that impressive when you look at it on a little screen like that. Let's stick it onto this USB stick and take it upstairs. So come on with me. Let's go up there and see what this thing looks like in its final incarnation. You know, when you see it up on a big screen, something looks different than when you're editing it on a computer, even in Final Cut Pro. So come with me upstairs, folks. Let's take a look at this crazy and interesting thing.
There we go. USB stick is ready, and off we go. So I guess it's been a while since we did any vlogging. Oh, look at that, the sun's come up. I haven't been here all night filming again. No, sorry, Bob. So come on with me, everything's kind of dark in the theater. But once we get up in the projection room, you will see just how amazing this thing has turned out to look. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it for you.
Howdy folks, I just wanted to take a second to talk about customer loyalty. University Mall Theaters has the most incredibly loving and loyal customers you can possibly imagine. Take my friend Heidi for example. She comes by all the time to watch movies. One day she stopped by to give me this hat. Hang on a second. It's awesome! It says University Mall Theaters on it, it has our logo, it even has my name on the back. How incredibly awesome is that? So then, just a couple days ago, she stopped by to give me this. It's a mask that says UMT and has our logo on it. Now that is what I call incredibly, awesomely loyal. She even made 2 different varieties. That is amazing. Heidi, you are awesome. We love you.